Hey guys, this is Steven from RC Engineering, and welcome to my quick first look at the Rise from Hobbico 700 millimeter quadcopter gate. Really cheap. Comes in at $13 at a company called RC Planet, or you can buy it from Hobbico's Rise website. I bought it from I bought it from RC Planet for $13. Pretty much all the websites have the same cost for shipping. It's just that RC Planet had quicker shipping for the same cost. So that's why I bought it at RC Planet. So this is a 700 millimeter circular arc quadcopter gate. It's actually very similar to the specs required for the specs for multi-GP, which is pro class quad racing, for micros, for 2-cell micros. 2-cell brush or brushless, 66 millimeter prop, brushless or brushed. Their limit is 762 by 762 millimeter square, so this is a 700 millimeter by 700 millimeter square. It's a very small quadcopter gate compared to most gates that you've seen. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open it up for you and show you what it looks like. So this is the carrying case. You see a tiny little handle. The carrying case is made out of the same material as the gate. It has a white white zipper there, and also it has as you can see, a metal zipper. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and again, I'm doing this all handheld, so go ahead and bear with me. So there it goes, and you can see that fell pretty quick. It's got stakes in there, and then this guy pretty much pops out really quickly. And I'll also show you guys, I'll try to show you guys how to put it away with one hand, if I could get this guy to basically assemble. So pretty much there it is, it's popped out, and then it has these corners here that have these this Velcro here. And you just unzip these very slowly and very carefully, that they don't pop out too hard, because the little pins could pop through the edge and wreck your gate. And you have to sew it back together. Just like that. That one's done. I'll show you guys what that looks like in a second. There's that one. And this allows you to screw these gates down. They have little eyelets on there that I'll show you. Alright, so now you have to do that in order for it to square up. Otherwise it doesn't want to stay square. So there you can see that normally this edge here, so let me get my hand down here. This edge here is pulled up and held in this Velcro in order to reach in the bag. But otherwise, if you let it go, it squares out like that. And you can see the Rise logo there. This is kind of what it looks like from the front. You can see it's got the rib, just like most of them have. So when you're coming at it from this way, you could see this rib coming down. But you can see here that, I mean, it's a pretty small gate, but it really depends on how you scrunch it together. Will determine how big the gap is. So it's really dependent on how you put it together. But as you see down here, it's got these black lanyards that will, when you pull it taut, it will be that size. And then down here at the bottom, you have your, where are they? There they are. I hope you guys can see that. You have your tiny, where did it go? There it is. You have your tiny little eyelet right there for the stakes. And it's that way on all four corners. And it does come with stakes in the bottom of the bag. So there's your stakes. Now, as you can see, these stakes are the worst part of this. The worst part of this gate. The stakes are not very strong, and so they don't go very well through harder dirt. It's really only for loose dirt. At my regular park that I fly at, which is actually at a community college in between this big section, was a big place you could fly large quadcopters and large planes and still be okay. So I normally fly there, or I fly at a local park. This will go in the dirt at the local park, but at my regular flying field at the community college, it will not penetrate that dirt. So what I ended up doing is I ended up getting big galvanized steel nails with a head that's about yay big around, and the shaft is about yay big around, maybe 1/2 inch shaft, 3/4 inch head. Now that guy should go pretty well through this eyelet with that. So that's what I would recommend. It's got a big head on it, so it's very easy to knock into the ground. So as you can see, very, very quick to put together. Super quick to put together. Really easy to pop out. As far as the testing that we've done with it, it does not fare very well in the wind. It will get folded over. So the one time that we were flying it, that we got some footage that I hope to post, do a little montage of, our quads were doing really, really bad. They weren't performing very well. Our brushless, my roommate's one, his camera was failing. It was just cutting out randomly, getting full black screen, cutting out randomly. And my my Gremlin build with the Eachine Mini Cube is getting a lot of what is it called? Fail safes. It's starting to fail safe a lot. I don't know if the receiver is bad or something. And the wind was hitting it from the side, and what it will do is it will do this. It'll just kind of like lean over, as you can see, just like that. It'll just kind of lean over like that, and then you just have that tiny little section to go through. So have it face into the wind where the wind is hitting like that if you can. If not, I would just avoid using it that day, because even if you have it staked, it's going to want to do that, because it just does not have a lot of support over here. I mean, unless you kind of like counter bend it when you stake it. I'm sure that you could find a way to stake it so that it doesn't do that, but it just doesn't have the material structure to kind of fight the wind. So one thing, if you do get this, depends on your dirt whether you could run with those stakes or not. I would probably get some of those galvanized nails with a big head on it, because this one's got, you're hitting the hammer on this tiny little head, and it just kind of bends it over, as you see. We bought 2 of these at $13 a piece, me and my roommate Roger. And the other one had a problem. I could show you here. Here it is. Where this arm, if you guys could see that, popped right out through. So this is one of the arms down here in the corner, popped right through the material. So I'm gonna have to go through and sew it. So that's obviously the quality you're gonna get for $13 a gate. They also have a 1300 millimeter version, which is the standard size. From it's a little bit smaller. I think it's about 200 mil. I think the full size is 1500 mil by 1500 mil. I think for multi-GP or something like that. And the next one up is a 1300, I believe. So they do make this in a 1300 millimeter, quite a bit bigger. But what I do like about this is with the backpack, which you'll see that video. I should have. Release here pretty soon. The gate fits right there, right into the backpack. Super portable. So we have a few minutes left. I'll give about a minute, 2 minutes to put it back together, and I'll give a minute on the material. So again, we were practicing it. We hit it so many times, and we have no damage at all with our mini brushless. Again, I don't know if I would fly much more than a mini brushless or brush through this guy, but this is perfect for mini brushless and brushed if you want to really challenge your skills. We also got some flags, some really short flags, 2 of those, and we'll have to review those at a later date. But I'll go ahead and put the camera down. I didn't bring the tripod up, so I'm going to try to set up the camera so you can see me put this thing back together. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so this guy's super easy to put back together. First you have to bring in these corners and do the zip tie here, do the Velcro. And I need to get this video done here before 11 minutes, otherwise my camera will break it into another video and then I have to edit it in Premiere in order to get the video up. So I'm going to quickly put this guy back together as quick as I can. And you could even look at the timestamp to see how long it took me to do this. But immediately you'll notice that, or I notice that once I start taking these apart like this, it immediately starts to lose a lot of its structure. So this is adding really a lot of reinforcement to how this thing holds its shape. And again, this is just a little quick look. I will give you guys another formal review of this guy after I do more in person with it, more experience. So here you just twist. You just twist it on top of itself, which it kind of wants to do to begin with. And then you just bring it and fold it back over on top of itself. But make sure you only twist it once. So here I'm going to twist it once. So if you have the rise label goes back over the rise label. Like so. It's kind of fighting with me. I'm wondering if I'm twisting it twice. Oh, it's already twisted. Okay, so. What the heck? Okay, so. Let's do that. Okay, there it goes. So there it is. I might have to cut the, so whatever you are able to see is what you're able to see, because the video is probably going to cut and I'm probably not going to edit it. So, this has been Steven from